ugly tomatoes. No matter what you do, no matter how they're grown, sometimes they're just a fact of life. And the question though is, do you get rid of them by giving them to people? Or are you kind of like me and hold on to them because nobody wants them? Instead of just letting those things go to waste, because you can't just slice them up for a sandwich, I'm going to show you exactly what I do. And this is going to be a quick video. So, you guys all know it doesn't matter whether this is your first year gardening or say your 20th. Everybody eventually gets ugly tomatoes. You know, the ones that don't look picture perfect, the ones you can't just easily slice and put on a sandwich because they've got knots or hard pieces that go through, or they're cracked and you've got to carve that out if you still eat those. I was tired of, at the end of the season, or not even at the end of the season, just week to week, when I'm giving away tomatoes, I like to give away the pristine looking ones to the people that I want to take the vegetables, because if you start giving them ugly vegetables, they're liable not to want them. Regardless of how much they still taste the same, people tend to eat with their eyes. So, not wanting to let anything go to waste, I started utilizing those ugly tomatoes. So, let's take a look what I got going on and how I handle this situation. All right, so we're at this big, beautiful bed that's filled with tomato plants, as you can see. Now, some of these ugly tomatoes I was talking about aren't necessarily my fault, because it rains. And when it rains, we can get this situation right here. Ugly tomatoes. The only ones that are loving it are the flies and everything else that are getting to the yummy insides of those ugly tomatoes. We're gonna keep coming down. Now, this is an ugly plant, and don't mind all of this. These just fell down, and I just realized that they weren't trellised up. And believe me, these are Roma tomatoes. You know, the Roma tomatoes are supposed to be determinate and stay bushy or whatever. No. These things are coming all the way up here. But most of these look fine. Most of these tomatoes in here, those are looking fine. Now, we're going to try to get a shot over here, because I know there's some ugly tomatoes over here. Okay, here goes an ugly one. See this one? I don't know why it's all dingy and dirty like it is. It's got some cracking on the top from, watering issues. The rain comes in, then these ones too are the same thing, showing the same thing. They get too much water at one time, and it's sort of kind of just scars them up. Okay, here's a prime example. This will be a delicious tomato. Hold on. Let's get you in here. All right, when this is done, this will be one delicious tomato. But it's already cracked, and it's just not going to be pretty. The bottom's fine. So when it comes time for this to ripen, guess what? We're going to handle these in the appropriate manner. Now, I don't know if this qualifies as ugly tomatoes or not. It's a little cracked. I can't really show you, but the thing I'm showing you here, this variety, it's just this variety of tomato, has been getting this weird pseudo blossoming rot, but it's not really rot. It's just, I don't know. It's just a little weird thing here. Not this right here. That's fine. But I'm talking about like right here. So that's not the only example. I can show you another one. Okay, here's another. That's definitely an ugly mater. That one right there is definitely going to be an ugly mater category. But you know what? It's already blushing. Let's go ahead and pick it. While we're here, we already know it's going to be ugly. It's already hit the... Okay, this one didn't. It's sort of kind of getting it right here. That's fun right there, but this is what you would be an ugly mater. By the time it fully ripens, that, if you're used to gardening, this is no problem. But like I said, people who don't garden and just want fresh produce, they eat with their eyes. So for them, this would be sketch. What they don't know is these taste just as good as the ones that look perfect. Okay, I've also decided that since we're here and we just took that one, we're gonna get these couple that you can see. There's one up there, and then there's one up there. So we're gonna get these two real quick. If I can do it with you guys on camera without it being too much of a hassle. Let's see. Come on. There goes one. Like I said, she's hit the breaker stage. We're good. See, this is a tomato that I could probably give away to anybody, and they'll take it. So that's a good one. All right, let's go back over here, and we're gonna get this big boy right up there. All right, let's see if we can get it. All right, hold on. See, we just had ourselves one of those community things right there. My neighbor that I don't talk to all that often just happened to be outside, and he saw me picking tomatoes, and I asked him, "Hey, do you want tomatoes?" He goes, "Yeah, I said, "I got onions, I got some other stuff in there too. You want them?" He said, "Yeah." So guess what? We are giving a care package. It's time to get down to cutting up this tomato. Now, I just wanted to show you guys exactly what the tomato looked like before I got started. I got a little bit, jumping in, getting it done, and then realized, you know what, maybe I ought to record this. So, as you can see, I'm just chopping it up and then throwing it in the freezer bag. Here's the other one. This one is a Cherokee Purple, and like I said, it's no big deal. It's not like it's anything special or nothing like that. But what you do see is the tub that I'm throwing the parts that I'm not going to be using into. Those will also be froze, and then that way I could feed it to my worm bin. And that's pretty much about it. We're not going to run this too long because I think everybody pretty much knows how to cut up a tomato. So yeah, just chunking it out, freezing it up, and then when I go to make my pot of sauce, this is what I'll throw into it. The thing about especially like the Cherokee Purple, it's got such a robust and savory flavor to it. I think it's going to lend itself pretty well to the sauce when it comes time for that. But, you don't have to do this though. You can do it with, you can make salads or you can make, what is that called? Ratatouille? Maybe. I don't know. But there's a lot of things. You don't just have to just cut it up to freeze it. Look, I told you guys this is going to be a quick one. And I hope for you it has been, because usually we can get into like the 15, 20-minute mark sometimes. But the important part is this. You don't have to waste those ugly tomatoes. Because the fact of the matter is, they're still delicious. You just got to work a little harder to get just the delicious part. And then, do with what you will the not so pretty parts. For me, nothing's going to waste, even the ugly parts, because you already know what I'm going to say. Always be composted. So it's either going outside in the compost that I'm collecting, or it's going into my worm bin. So that's how I'm handling. I'm eating it, and the parts I can't eat, something else is. You know what? I'm going to start ending these differently. This is a community, and I'm just a teeny tiny speck in the vast pool that is the gardening community. But the only way I can grow and become more visible to other parts of the community is with your guys' help. So if you have not subscribed yet, I invite you. Why don't you just come on? I've got a whole lot of content now, and I'm sure some of it will be useful to you. And if you've enjoyed this, whether you're a subscriber or not, go ahead and let me know down in the comment section. What do you do with your ugly tomatoes? Because I can't be the only one that's solving this problem. And the more people that admit that they have ugly tomatoes, maybe a little less shame for those ugly tomatoes. But I know the people that aren't shameful, the people that are growing those massive multi-flower ugly tomatoes that weigh like 5 pounds, yeah, those people love them. But for the rest of you, they're just growing ordinary tomatoes that may be pretty, some might be ugly, they've got a use. For now, I'm your boy, Big Wheel Dog 82. Get in the soil. And I'm out of here, guys. All right, see ya.